Well, it's been literally 10 seconds since I said we're going to do it in 2 videos, and they have jumped immediately into this game. Jabba is going to be back in a minute. We have KratosMana against ABR. This is game 1 in the best of 3. Not wasting time. Here they go. We have a Heracross lead and a Smeargle lead. How about that? We have seen a few Smeargles in this tour, which is weird. It not generally considered a great poke or a super viable poke, but it has seen a resurgence in this tour. Heracross is going to wake up and get a Mega Horn off, but we know Smeargle has Spore. We know it has Spikes. Smeargle evidently does not have leftovers here, so gotta be wondering, maybe he's got a Pinch Berry? Probably he's just going to Spore again, and he does. Heracross back to sleep. Question is he going to sub up again here, or is he going to spike? But presumably the set here is to get spikes down, sub down to a Pinch Berry, and then baton pass it somewhere. There is substitute, probably another layer of spikes coming. Yep. And Rachi subbing up for KratosMana. So we're looking at a pretty offensive team for KratosMana, Heracross, and an offensive sub Rachi. And then, Smeargle doesn't have BP. He goes Explosion, but it doesn't even pop the sub. That was pretty damn underwhelming. He did get 3 layers of spikes down, which is really good, but he was not even able, with Smeargle's pathetic attack stat, to pop a sub from Rachi. So that's not so hot. Oh, Jabba's back. Hey, man.
Yep. I like the it ate. He's surprised. I'm actually surprised too. That means the boom was not doing 25% to a Jirachi. That's hilarious.
Does he have Roar? There we go. Okay.
No luck with this one.
So ABR, I think, is in a pretty good position. He got the 3 layers of spikes down here. Seems to be dominating the tempo. KratosMana is... Yeah, KratosMana is not a traditional ADV player, and he's not bound by the whole metagame thing. So he's totally willing to bust out weird shit, and certainly HP Grass on Porygon 2 qualifies, but that's just what he needs here. This Swampert's not going to be setting up anytime soon. He can go for the Endeavor trade with Porygon 2, but is that really that bad?
No, that's terribly unworth it. He's probably calcing out high Torrent Pump right now. I think he's going to find it comes very short, and so he's just going to swap something in right here. Is how I would think this exchange goes.
Well, he could
unless he really needs a dead Porygon too.
Yeah, he could trade it with sub blah blah Endeavor. He can't even because he has imperfect numbers here. If he could go down to 1 HP or 1%, he could just go to a T-Tower and follow up after Endeavoring. But he's at the awkward number of 47%. Don't know why that is.
It's very clunky, yeah. And as you see, he just gave up on that. He'll save that pert for later, which I think is a good call. We haven't seen a lot out of KratosMana's team, but so far it looks like a team that doesn't want to take Torrent-boosted Hydro Pumps with 3 layers up.
Interesting. He's going to begin Dragon Dancing up into a poke that he knows have T-Wave. He had his Lum popped. He does get a Dance off, and then he gets T-Waved again. So he's at +1/+1, but paralyzed. So basically he used Meditate, and we are now waiting on the response from Porygon 2. But I think, I haven't calced this. I'm not going to mess up the screen. You can calc it if you wish, but I suspect that the HP Grass here from Porygon 2, if he were to stay in, would be pretty underwhelming.
Probably like 30-ish. Is what my mental approximation would be.
I was thinking 35, but yeah, not good enough, I don't think. Now, granted, the T-Tower does not have lefties. 38.
38 did way more than we ever could have expected. Well, with that being Lum, you can just kind of recover till he FPs. And there it is.
That's exactly what's happening.
This is a big loss for ABR.
I'm very curious why he switched it in knowing that there was a T-Wave waiting on the other side. I don't know why he went for this. Is his team this weak to Porygon 2?
That crit there was huge, but on the flip side was a low roll considering the 49% right before it.
Yeah, there's nothing just preventing this recover, though. I still.
Oh, this is a good. He did put himself in a really good spot to sub here, though, with that crit. Because now Porygon 2 is in a little bit of a rough situation at 60%. The pump will kill from here.
100% of the time, Torrent Pump gets him at 60.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming he's 252 HP, it still gets him every time.
Yep.
Fair enough. KratosMana probably calking that. He's going to pop the sub with Hidden Power, so Swampert is now in Torrent range. Salic Berry that everybody knew that he would have. Jabba says this will kill, but it's not Hydro Pump, it's
Not
Surf.
pump. See, that'll fall short.
And Mana content with this trade. Sand is going to take out P2. A grinning Gengar is going to be staring down.
Yeah, that worked out perfectly. This is a really odd game though, because the 3 layers up against what appears to be an offensive team.
Oh, wow.
Like things like Fire Punch, right? If this is Fire Punch, isn't that just dead? Like
apparently, if Magneton is your best switch with 5 pokes left, Magneton is your best switch into a Gengar. I don't know about
if you
all
don't have
that.
Fire Punch, then you just sack the T-Tar right here.
That seems to be what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, again, like, this is Anti, and, like, one of the things about him, like, not being a traditional ADV guy is, like, you just never know. Could this be one of those old school bulky Magnetons? Could it have special defense? Like,
I think I want to say, and this is a crazy prediction, but I think this is Endor Salac Magneton.
that wouldn't surprise me. Anti in round 1 had like a total between all the games. I think he had a combined 5 or 6 Pokemon with Pinch Berries. He seems to be a big fan of Pinch Berries. And Dougie's gonna sneak in here on a Fire Punch. A crit or a burn would have ruined his day, but he gets neither. And Earthquake is gonna come up well short. And there's the Psychic knockout.
Super Rocky, which matches up really well against KratosMana's last Pokemon. So we could just see this thing win, depending on what his last is. But
I mean, he's all in on something, right? Because like he's
running. Not a good sign that his best is Sub CM Ice Punch Jirachi.
He's running triple Trapper, so he's obviously trying to support somebody.
Okay, a DD here. You know, we haven't seen ABR's last, but Gyarados.
Wait a minute.
Really good.
Gyara doesn't have lefties. What's going on here? Is it like fucking Resto Chesto Gyara? Or is he Lumberry Gyra? What is happening here?
I guarantee it's Lum. So hopefully this is Eevee to survive an HP flying. And then if it is, then ABR just wins.
Yeah, unless he goes for like T-Wave or something here, which Gyra does learn, by the way. I know you know, but the viewers may not.
I always wanted to run a special attack Gyarados. It has one of the best special attack move pools in the game.
I think it works on Salamence better than Gyra. I think like Salamence randomly having Hydro Pump devastates, like Moltres in particular.
It doesn't get Thunder though.
Or like Aerodactyl's another one that it fucking smacks when it comes in with Hydro Pump.
No, Gyarados has more style, and it's about style points when you're running things like that.
I mean, it's literally called the atrocious Pokemon. I mean, what other things can you find that do that? Oh, he backs off after DD. That's interesting. I mean, why DD then? I mean, he had to know that Gengar was coming in, so like, if you're gonna back off after the DD, why not just click HP flying on the switch?
That was a desperation move, and I think just signals that the game's over.
Yeah, no, I thought Anti was looking okay for a minute, but now he might be in some trouble. I mean, Gengar didn't like this matchup before, indicated that he doesn't have Fire Punch, so maybe ABR will switch again. Still don't know his last poke.
Yeah, he could T-Bolt right here, and that's a good spot. I'm doubtful ABR has anything in the back that really wants to take a Magneton T-Bolt. And if it is Salac, it'll knock it into Salac range, which will also be a pain. But, you know, and Jirachi's very low after the previous exchanges it had. So he might actually be in a pretty good spot after sacking that Heracross, and he's full banking on right now that ABR's last Pokemon just does not want to take a Magneton T-Bolt.
I wonder if you're right about what it is. Oh, there's a para, so that would screw it up even if so. Now that's actually a huge T-wave though. I don't know that if I'm ABR that I would be thrilled about allowing that because now the Gyarados that shouldn't have been a win con now
Yeah.
does have a real chance to win for KratosMana if he just finds a full para or a crit. He gets there, and let's see, was Jabba right?
Nope. Then what the hell? Magnet? It's Magnet.
Magnet's the obvious thing, but yeah, I mean, like we said,
It has
KratosMana
to be. There's
does.
literally no other option.
Oh, of course it's Magnet. We know that now, but
Yeah.
KratosMana does love him some pinch berries, so Endure Select for him. I don't think that's
That
too
used to be
wild.
that used to be the meta back in the day.
This is interesting because now Rachi can substitute and fish for full paras. He can also get the faster Calm Mind off here, which if Gengar stays in, tries to boom, tries to attack, whatever, and gets full para, the Rachi can start to snowball here. So this is a little
Well,
bit
I think
precarious.
ABR just has to hard go to his own Jirachi right here because you're gonna win with the
Uh,
Fire Punch against whatever his Jirachi
well, the
has.
last move is going to
And
be either Thunder or Thunderbolt, I think, for Kratos. Man, it could be Psychic, but I think we're looking
I
at
think
Bolt Beam.
I saw it eat that boom with the sub. So it is sub. So it's got a good amount of HP. But I think on top of that, it might have some EVs in defense. Perhaps I'd have to run the calc on that. But this
I
could be a little bit bulkier. And if it's a little bit bulkier,
I think if I'm
then
anti, I think I Calm Mind here if I'm anti.
expecting the Jirachi to come in.
Well, also because it keeps you safe from the Gengar pending a crit. I mean, not that a Thunderbolt would kill you anyway, but like if the Gengar is gonna stay in, try to get cute, you can just set up in its face, right? Like if Jirachi, if I'm right about the set, let's say the last move is Thunderbolt. That's kind of underwhelming here, right? Just going for like Ice Punch or Thunderbolt doesn't really
Yeah,
do much.
I think CM might be sub select.
There's an anti-set.
Wow.
We
So what
would
does he even do
he
here?
has key combines and then he fucking
Doesn't kill the Jirachi. I guess I mean it's always possible he gets a para F. I mean we've seen Jirachi shenanigans
do you
as
just
recently as
do
10 minutes ago. So
do you just double thunderbolt here?
no, because you're gonna be. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be slower. So I think you have to CM. No. You double you. Oh no, never mind. I'm spacing out. I completely forgot about the crazy select. No, I think you CM. Fuck no. You double Thunderbolt. That is the correct play.
Here's thunderbolt. There's the fire punch from the
You
sub.
just want to kill this thing.
This thunderbolt may or may not kill. The last one did 21. This one is gonna do 22. It'll be enough. Paralyzed Gengar gonna come in here. ABR could get into some trouble if the full paras come, but man, those thunderbolts are fucking weak.
Here's the real question: do you DD here? And I think the answer is
Yes,
yes.
you have to. And he agrees. There's DD and the full
And
para.
gets it. Wow.
Well, it's not over. I mean, HP
It,
flying may or may not kill here. It should, but not.
it will.
Right, but the last poke could totally be something that doesn't give a fuck. I would
What?
find it ironic if the last poke were something like Jolteon, where if Gyarados didn't DD, he loses, but because he DD, yes, Jabba goes, oh, it's gonna
Oh
kill.
wow.
Not even
Oh,
fucking
way off.
close. Not
I did
even
not expect
close.
that to be bulky.
You suck. Live that handily. Jabba doesn't know anything.
I do. I'm calcing that. That'd be the bulkiest Gengar of all time.
Your mother is the bulkiest Gengar of all time.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Oh, they're right. They're jumping right into game two. Not
Oh
wasting
man,
time
we're waiting
here.
all like last time.
Here we are in game two, and we have ABR, of course, that won that game one. We have Salamence leading for KratosMana against ABR topside with Heracross. Immediate Intimidate. This is obviously a situation that favors Salamence significantly.
I just want to note that a advanced 252 adamant +1 Gyarados against a 252 HP Gengar does 85 to 100%. So not only did we have a bulky Gengar, we had a
Probably not max attack Gyarados, yes.
so that had defense EVs too. The Gengar, it looks like that was bulky as hell, and then the Gyarados didn't have any attack. So yes, in that combination of circumstances, it does not kill.
Yeah, I mean, the Gyro probably had some amount of attack, but he probably had EVs to, like, live a specific Thunderbolt or
Well,
specific Rock Slide or something along
well,
those
it
lines.
only did 54%, right? A +1 HP flying. Oh, you know what? Was that HP rock?
Yeah, it could be that as well. Could be not HP flying. That's definitely a factor.
Yeah, that was HP rock.
Anyway,
That
back
was
to this game. ABR's got some kind of mixed offense here. KratosMana seems to be running like an Asta-esque team, which would have Skarmory, Swampert, Magneton as the last three, if it is that kind of team. Mixed offense has been far and away one of the most popular, if not the most popular archetype of the tournament so far. Ooh, and I might have the exact team for KratosMana. That was a good focus punch. But I think KratosMana is running an Asta squad, and I think it is Skarmory and Swampert as the last two.
wow. Things are going ABR right now. Looks like he's got a really good matchup. And it looks like KratosMana is going to have trouble switching into this Snorlax for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it looks favorable for ABR. Both Heracross and Lax seem like difficult pokes for Mana to deal with. Celebi can kinda sorta deal with the Lax, but like not a guarantee. And the other problem with that is when he thinks he's switching into Lax and ABR goes to Heracross, that's just a free opportunity for Hera to do its thing.
Yeah, and great nail by the by ABR on the rock slide on the Mence. So now Heracross is going to put in a ton of work too.
Yeah, Heracross and the Lax both seem
Yeah. He can
really
start mega.
problematic. Seems like a
Yeah,
very good matchup here.
yeah, say he can start mega horning now.
Wow, full para here on the Bliss as well. This game doesn't look
Yeah,
nearly
looks
as
like
close. The first one looked pretty good, but this one, I mean, they're playing at a very fast pace. It seems like it's been fewer turns than it actually has. We're already 20 turns in, but ABR is dominating this. He still has 3 unrevealeds in the back. There's 2 pokes down for KratosMana. It's not
and
pretty.
and Heracross is in again and just gets the mega horn. This is going to be a roll.
Yeah, Heracross absolutely dominating here. KratosMana does not have the answer for it. There's another big Mega Horn.
And he just stays in its CMs.
Yeah,
This could be a clean. Oh, and he finally misses.
Yeah, he's fishing for a miss, but he misses right back with Hydro Pump. This is brutal.
Yeah, I think this is game. This was a roll.
Yeah, there's
wow.
there's the concession. That one was quicker than Jabba in bed. Just cannot last. That is the game.
Wow.
Well, one of the favorites won. I think most people thought that ABR would beat Ante, but how about that ugly duckling?
That was definitely something else, man. And now Ugly Duckling is definitely looking like one of the tournament favorites. The old man showing these young whippersnappers how it's done. You love to see it.
A beautiful swan. All right, Jabba and I both have food to eat, beer to drink, women to fuck. So we're going to call it a night. Appreciate you guys watching it, and we will be with you soon for more content.
Godspeed.